Likewise.
That's former Illinois House Speaker Michael Madigan.
Morning, Mr. McLean.
Co-defendant Mike McLean.
Thank you.
Entering the federal court building in Chicago yesterday. The Center Square's reporter Jim Talamonte there covering this case. And just incredibly fascinating stuff coming out, especially in the wiretap conversations that are being presented. But Madigan, the jurors in his case are finally getting some other insights from inside the former speaker's office. Here's the headline from thecentersquare.com. Jurors hear former Illinois House Speaker's chief of staff at corruption trial. So the case, of course, centers around Madigan and McLean. Getting all kinds of charges against them for racketeering, bribery, official misconduct. The case started in early October. It's expected to go into January, if not February. But with that case ongoing, Jessica Basham testified. So let's go ahead and head over to the Center Square's article from Jim Talamonte, where he lays out the former chief of staff, Jessica Basham, testified. She worked for Madigan from 2018 to 2021. Previously, she worked as a research analyst for the Illinois House Democratic staff and as a research and appropriations director for the Illinois House Democratic Caucus. Regularly seen around the Capitol at that time, especially right there in the House, working with staff and so on. Basham testified that she had communications in late 2018 and early 2019 with Governor-elect J.B. Pritzker's office about state board recommendations from Madigan's office. The government attorney introduced a memorandum from Basham in which she indicated that she sent information to Pritzker's special assistant, Nikki Budzinski, who now serves as U.S. Representative for Illinois' 13th Congressional District. The U.S. Attorney introduced emails from Basham to Budzinski and Ann Caprara, who was Pritzker's campaign manager and future Pritzker chief of staff, with personnel recommendations for the governor-elect's administration and transition team. Basham said she prepared the emails as directed by Madigan and said an updated list of the speaker's personnel recommendations to Pritzker from July 8th, 2019 included 85 names. Now, emails between Basham and Caprara involved the planning of weekly meetings between Madigan and Pritzker. The notes were displayed showing some of the objectives that they had, and if you click through, you can actually see the notes there. But the top 5 items were progressive tax, minimum wage, cannabis bill, campaign rhetoric, and public option to buy into Medicaid and sports betting. A whole list of other things there as well that you can see in the government evidence that they provided to the jury. Basham also listed Madigan's ideas to reconstitute state boards and commissions and raise salaries for directors. She said the idea was to wipe out existing board members and replace them with new members to be appointed by the new governor. Pritzker beat Republican Governor Bruce Rauner in 2018. Basham said that she had no involvement with fundraising and did not directly campaign for Madigan and did not work for the Democratic Party of Illinois. The district judge in February 12th of 2024 sentenced former Madigan chief of staff Tim Mapes to prison for lying to a grand jury that was investigating Madigan. In cross-examination with Madigan's attorney, Basham said that she stays in touch with Madigan and considers him a friend, and said that I don't think anybody works harder than Mike Madigan. She said that there were times when State Representative Bob Rita was somewhat inactive, and the speaker wanted Rita to be more robust in his discussions about gaming legislation. The two talked in a recorded conversation between Madigan and Basham March of 25th of 2019. You can hear this call if you go check out the article at the Center Square.
This is Jessica.
Jessica, it's Mike.
Hi.
Let's talk about the caucus tomorrow and take me through the presenters again.
Sure. Let me grab my draft here. So the presenters for sports betting would be Mike Zaleski, Katie Stewart, Andre Tapetti, Lisa Hernandez, and Bob Rita.
Bob Rita. And what's Rita going to present?
So he's really not going to present anything, but his purpose is, well, number one, I didn't really want to cut him out of the conversation because all of this...
And they go on to talk more about the meeting and what Rita is ultimately going to be talking about. Separate conversation a few minutes later. They talk some more.
Jessica, in terms of Rita and what he's going to say, he ought to make a proclamation in the caucus that he's going to schedule hearings on all the gaming bills. Now, that takes us to the question, will the hearings be before a subcommittee? Will they be before the full committee? This is a mechanical question to be addressed by Chris Welsh. Does Chris Welsh want to sit there and chair an executive committee that listens to all the gaming bills, or does he not?
So, talking some of the mechanics of the legislature, just again showing Madigan, behind the scenes, kind of pulling some strings here. And then later on, more phone evidence revealed in court this week. Government attorneys played a recording of Madigan's co-defendant Mike McLean cautioning Bob Rita about communications around the gambling bill. What's fascinating here is it's somewhat of a long conversation, but McLean later on, he talks about the importance of keeping the communications clean.
Had an interest in the gaming bill. That's what it sounds like.
Okay, I'll find out.
But don't send a corrective one.
No, she won't do anything.
Yeah, because then it makes you look bad too, right?
Yeah.
So I just think you just try as best you can not to put anything in print.
Okay. Terry Link's come to see me twice.
Yeah.
Terry Link later popped
And a friend of
for
ours
tax
talked to me,
evasion.
so I think, when are you coming up here? Probably not till Friday night, are you?
Not till Friday, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll talk to you sometime Friday, because I'll be going home Friday.
Okay.
And maybe we can meet
Let me
somewhere.
see if I can find this again, because the quote here is pretty interesting.
As I said, as a standalone email, it's okay.
Yeah.
But if all of a sudden,
Everybody's
over
getting this
2
thing.
months, she's got put out 15 emails. Well, it doesn't take you long before you hiring a lawyer to talk to the feds. You spend $100,000 real fast.
Yeah. Okay. I will talk with her.
But he says the whole thing is millions and millions of dollars.
Okay. I'll.
So the feds, are going to look at it no
in
matter
writing.
what.
So and we did this with a number of people, so that they weren't being wishy-washy.
Right.
Like the fact sheets. Maybe they're. Did you see the email?
I did. I didn't mind so much like send us what you want, as much as I said the phrase, and also tell us what your breaking point is.
Okay. I'll. Cause
just take a look at it.
I will.
Like I said, I don't think it's bad as a standalone, but if she's going to send out...
Where's that clip at? Come on.
I was out in that sun and it's hot.
I was just out in the sauna, too. The whole thing is millions and millions of dollars, and the feds are going to look at it no matter what. So they talk about that. Other recordings as well. You've got McLean talking about his role as Madigan's agent and pulling strings of Rita and so on. So just, again, really interesting stuff during this trial, and it continues. Jim Talamonte's in the courtroom getting the latest of what's being said. So if you want to follow up on that corruption case, be sure to read up with thecentersquare.com, where you can record, or you can listen to some of these recordings and even watch some of the videos. Just absolutely compelling stuff. So we'll check in with Jim tomorrow morning for the latest. So looking forward to that conversation here with Illinois in Focus Daily. Wake up with us each and every weekday morning right here with America's Talking Network.